I need you to bring those dishes up, Mackenzie.
Send out any last minute texts, guys. Get everybody on board. How is everybody doing on this beautiful evening?
Doing awesome.
All right, guys, I'm going to mute everyone, even though we're so proud of everybody tonight. There wasn't a bunch of background noise. Great job. And we'll be getting started in a couple minutes. So, Rick, you out there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here, Chris.
I know when we were on the leader call, not this week, but the last week, we talked about different people hosting the call, and I think we had put a calendar together on who it was, and I have no idea who was supposed to be starting it off tonight. Jen Marsh, do you have that written down? I know you're a note taker.
Hey, I'd love to say I have it with me, but I'm taking the garbage to the curb and letting the dog out. So I don't.
Awesome.
Vincent might have it. Oh no, he doesn't have it. I don't. Gavin. Maybe Gavin does.
Hey, I don't have it, but you know I'll do it.
But yeah, if you're just looking for somebody to do it, we got you covered if that's what you're looking for.
Well, we want this is an environment that people get to see other people. And many times we have the same people that are talking and all that. And we have so many amazing leaders on this call. And when I say leaders, it's people that are just going out there doing this and making it happen. I mean, that's when I say leaders, because I know some people take themselves out of that position or start to get freaked out in their mind based on whatever internal communications they have. But we really want other people to hear other people's stories. How about this? Did we have anybody that broke bronze in the last week? I know we do. I just don't know if any of those people are unmuted or on here to unmute. Or does anybody have anybody? I'm trying to see. Jill, are you raising your hand that you broke bronze? Well, you got to unmute yourself, young lady. How about I unmute you? There you go. You're unmuted.
All right. Today I hit bronze.
You hit bronze today? No way.
Yes.
How
yes.
in the world did you do that, lady? Like, how is that even possible?
Well, prayer and work. I've just been in for, I got in August 23rd. So I'm pretty pumped and excited, and I'm shooting for silver by the end of the month.
So was it like some act of Congress? Was it so hard that you can't believe you did it, or would you actually go out and do?
No, I mean, I've just talked to a ton of people out and about. I mean, at restaurants. We were on vacation all last week at the beach. I I've sent out a ton of messages. I've been in other network marketing, so I've messaged all my people and just got a bunch of people to jump on board with me.
So
As far as customers, I've only had one Elevapreneur.
So were you telling your story about what the coffee did for you and how you felt?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Were you explaining the comp plan in full detail?
No.
Do you even know what,
No.
the comp plan is?
I know some of it. I've watched several of your videos.
In other words, you do stuff, you get paid. You don't do stuff, you don't get paid. You heard her say,
Exactly.
I just shared it with a bunch of people.
That's right.
I'm
I'm excited.
It's so funny. People want to overcomplicate this thing and think they have to go learn all this stuff. But this is the beautiful part about it. Jill, did you drink the coffee?
Yes.
And how did it make you feel?
Amazing.
Okay.
Awesome.
And did
Day
you
one.
did you tell people about how the coffee made you feel?
Yes.
Did you have to be trained on how to explain how you felt when you drank the coffee?
No. No, just genuine. Just real.
It's real stuff. I heard somebody say this the other day on a call. Thank you so much, Jill, and you.
Thank you.
Rock. Congratulations. You're amazing. And
Thank you.
really, if you want to hit silver, help your one Elevapreneur, go hit bronze.
Yes.
It's that
That's
simple.
it.
It's that simple. And look, we have a group of leaders, guys. Again, leaders are people that are going out there and doing it and stepping up and saying, hey, I want to help other people, that are hosting these bronze calls every Sunday. The people that want to go hit bronze, and there's a bronze group, and they're participating a whole lot in there, and there's just a lot of great info. But at the end of the day, what you guys need to know is that you already know how to succeed in this business because it's really telling a story. And it's so funny how people want to create all these things on what they think. And if you've ever been involved in the industry before, everybody says, go out there and get trained on how to do it. And what we're realizing over here is Glenda's saying that the sound is very low. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Am I loud? Okay, because I talk very loud. I can't imagine my voice being loud. And I could hear Jill perfectly. So, hey, Francisco, the other day we got on a call. Thank you so much, Jill. The other day we got on a call, and you had Barbara on the phone, and Barbara has been involved in the industry before, and Barbara's done some things and done things from somebody's saying, put your speaker on it. I don't know what that means. I got to read that. Put your speaker and turn the volume up. I have my speaker on. So from Chris Wade, everyone. Actually, somebody typed that, and it wasn't me. You know what? I bet you was that Cassandra Monday out there? I think she logged into the account the other day, and I was reading because it said my name, and then it put whatever. But Cassandra actually logged in as the host the other day, and if you don't log out, it'll log in as me as well. But that's okay. So back to Francisco. Francisco, the other day we got on the phone with Barbara, and Barbara had question after question after question after question for Francisco. And then he put me on a call with her, and we just got back from 2 days listening to Larry and Taylor Thompson really drive into us about the importance of stories and about the importance of just really mastering your story and how important it is to do that. And if you can just do that over and over and over, that people will come up with a natural, logical conclusion that this is something they want to try. So look, we've been telling people, three-way calls, and then let your upline, let your support team, let someone in your support team help you out. And we're not saying not to do that. I want to be very clear about that. But the way that I would do that is like, oh my God, you got to meet my friend and hear their story. Instead of, they know all the facts and details about this bad boy and they can explain it way better than I can. And that's what I used to teach. So what I'm going to be talking a little bit about tonight is how I was shifted a little bit by someone that's been in the industry for 50 years. Now, 50 years in the industry, who grew is it the third largest company in the world. He's the co-founder of the third largest company in the world in network marketing. Last year, that company did $4.8 billion in sales. And basically, the way that they did it is through simplicity and telling stories. And guys, I'm going to be very, very like open, vulnerable, whatever you want to call it. I get on the phone with this guy, and we've had a lot of success in this company. You know, this team has done amazing things. There's so many people. I'm looking at people right now on my screen because I have it up, and there's people on this picture that are making 5-figure plus monthly results that I'm looking at right now, that they've done it. So, and we have dozens of people that have done that in the group. And how did they get to that is they helped a lot of people hit bronze. So I want to be clear about that. If you hear me talk about big numbers, it's only because they impacted a lot of people to hit bronze, like Jill did, okay? And that's the only way that they can basically move up through the ranks is through helping other people for the most part. So we do have a model where you can make a very good income just sharing the product with people, but most people are hitting all these higher ranks through helping other people hit bronze, okay? So I'm on the phone with Larry Thompson, and I'm thinking, like, we really have this thing. We understand this. I mean, we took this company and this team, like just this team alone did $1.6 million last month. So I'm sitting here thinking, we know what the hell we're doing, guy. Like, you did this and you built a big company and all that, but we're growing right now. We're one of the fastest growing companies in the industry because we know exactly what we're doing. And guys, you can be going in a direction, but be a couple degrees off and not end up at your destination, if that makes sense. So I get on the phone with Larry, and I'm going to show him how much I know. Right. And I'm going to tell him, and he's going to see how sharp we are and what we're doing and all that. And by the time I got off there, I realized that he's right. And that what he was trying to drill into us, basically, we are on the right path. We are doing the right things, but just one little degrees over can help us grow to another level. And Francisco helped me realize this through doing a call with Barbara. And Francisco, what did I do? Did I explain the comp plan to her? Like, I didn't explain the comp plan, did I?
No, you didn't explain the comp plan. You just made her realize to not overcomplicate that. What we're doing is not overcomplicating things, just by keeping it simple, just by sharing the stories, just by using the coffee, and everybody drinks coffee, so it's use the product and share the story with them, and that's it.
So the funny part about this is Barbara had all these questions for Francisco.
Oh, like, she massacred me. She massacred me. Like,
question. And when I got on the phone to answer these questions, all I did is tell stories. And I told story after story after story. And then she would say something that was kind of going in the complicated zone. And I just said, you know what? I can totally appreciate that. And what I've learned here is that, boom, and I told a story. And I just kept telling a story about successful people, about how people are winning, what they're doing to win, not doing like explaining. I'm like, well, what people are doing to win over here is they're sharing coffee and they're telling their story, and then they're telling other people's stories. And when I did this, it was funny because Francisco was like, Barbara, you were asking me all these questions. Ask him some questions. And she's going, nope, I think he pretty much covered them all. And he asked her multiple times, and he kept going, well, I mean, you had all these questions for me. He's like, ask Chris. He knows all the answers. And she goes, no, I think I pretty much got it. And what it pointed, I didn't even recognize it to the next day when I was trying to, again, convince Larry, because I tried to convince him on Monday. I tried to convince him on Tuesday that we knew what we were doing. And then he gets on the phone with me, and he tells me about these stories and how if you can just stories and never, ever give any information except stories, people will come up with a natural, logical conclusion. And Barbara and Francisco affirmed it for me and taught me that, like, because I was arguing the fact that, you know, some people want more information and some people are greens, and greens want to know all the facts and they want to know all the details, and they will never make a decision without knowing all this stuff. And guess what happened? Nope. Barbara gets on the phone from a green personality, asking all these questions like to Francisco, gets on the phone with me. I start telling stories, and guess what? All those questions went away.
You dismantle a dream.
So I'm telling you guys this because this was a lesson for me. I've been involved in the industry for 20 years, and I've been taught a bunch of things, and I've learned all these things over the years. And one of the things that I recognize, all right, and I want y'all to pay attention to this, but by me answering questions made me feel good. It gave me significance. It made me pat myself on the back and look at all the stuff you know. Wow, you're so smart. You're so sharp. All this stuff. And I kept going to training after training, trying to get better, thinking that I needed more information, thinking that I had to do this. For things to get better, you need to get better. Where did that noise come from? Somebody has some background noise, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. I think I got it. So I'm sharing this with you because sometimes we argue for, like, no, but I have to do this because of this. And for me, and for everybody's different, I recognize that it gave me significance. I recognize that it made me feel important. And what I had to also realize is that it's not about me. I had to realize that it doesn't matter, about me, and it's not a matter of how sharp I am or how good I can answer the questions or how cool it makes me look or whatever. People can pat me on the back and say, oh, wow, you're so amazing and all that stuff. What I recognized is that by me doing that, I'm basically making other people think that they can't do it because people are judging what you're doing. And they're figuring out in their brain, they're going, one, can I do what they did? And number two, do I want to do what they did? And if you're giving them facts and information and details, then now you just taught them that they have to learn all this stuff. And what I'm here to tell you is that you have every seed that you need already to succeed. You have everything that it takes inside of you right now. You're way better than you're giving yourself credit for. You already know what to do in this business. You don't need to be trained on how to share your story. Embrace your story. Love your story. Be fired up and get excited about your story. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. You don't have to know every detail. If you're talking about nootropics, if you're talking about balancing out your hormones and explaining all the stuff that's in the coffee and telling people all this and it does this because of this, we're talking too much. And you have to look in the mirror and say, why am I doing this? Am I doing this where I get to feel important? Or what if I can just tell stories and then this person comes up with their own natural logical conclusion that they want to do this, and then they realize that, like, this guy didn't explain anything to me, and then they're like, well, I don't have to learn anything. All he did is share. And you can tell somebody, what's the business? I tell stories. I tell people how the product makes me feel, and I tell people how the product what it's done for other people. Well, what's the business? What I just said. And oh my God, such and such did amazing last month. Amber made an extra $1,000 last month, and now she was able to do this because of that. Oh, and such made this, and they were able to do whatever. The other day, Shane McCardle and I talked on payday, and I wanted to ask him what his check was, and I was blown away. He was blown away by what his check was. And the funny thing is Shane immediately said, you know what? That's really cool, and honestly, I don't even know what to do with myself. I've never made this kind of money in my life. And he goes, but more importantly, such and such made this amount. and this person made that amount, and this person made this amount, and this person made this amount. And then the funny part is when I called Gavin, he shared with his check, and then you know what he started doing? He started going, but the cool thing is Trinity made this much, and this person made that much, and this person made that much, and this person made that much. And he goes, I had a bunch of people that made over $1,000, and that was just amazing. He goes, I've made a little bit of money before, but my team has never won before, and this is amazing. Guys, that's what the business is about. That also helped me realize that what we're doing is we really have to embrace this. And guys, Elevapreneur 2.0, I'm just telling y'all, I'm giving you all this information because this is the direction the company is going. We're going into the direction to simplify this even more. Uber meets Amazon together on your phone. And this is the beautiful part about Uber. Who said this earlier on the call? Somebody, we had a leader call earlier, and somebody said this. I think it might have been Sean McLean. Sean McLean was not at the training or the event that we went to. It was Marcy, it was Ian, it was Marcy, Ian, Ricky, myself, and I think that's it for our team. Sean McLean was speaking the exact same language. It was like he was at the event. It was like he was at the same thing, hearing the same thing based on the conversation. And then Carol, yes, Tony's saying, then Carol said something that was like exactly what Larry was saying. So guys, this team collectively are on the right path. But what Larry's trying to do is help us just adjust a tiny bit more. And for me, I mean, it was a shift for me. It was for me to be able to be open to look at things from another perspective. 20 years of experience, and I thought I knew exactly what we were doing, which we did. As a team, we knew what we were doing. We're winning, but we were 1 degree off because we put another step in there. And I want to ask everyone on this call today, has anybody ever felt uncomfortable putting somebody on a three-way call? Has anybody felt uncomfortable about that? And it's okay if you have. I asked a group of people this weekend, and there was probably a dozen people in the room that said they felt uncomfortable putting people on a three-way call. And then I have Deborah right now saying, I don't know how to do that. Or, she had. So I haven't done it, but I do feel uncomfortable. So look, we have people that are saying, yeah, I feel uncomfortable doing that. And we thought that the three-way call was the way that everybody can do it so where they can feel comfortable. And then Larry starts telling me that that's another step, that some people won't do it because of that. And he goes, you have to have a message that every single person feels like they can do it. And if you have a message that is all about the 80%, the 15%ers will, they grasp that, right? The 5%ers are going to win no matter what. They're going to do, it doesn't matter what they do, they're going to win because they're 5%ers, right? But the average person has to feel like they can do this. Does the average person have to be trained on how to tell their story? No. So will the average person say, if all you did was tell stories, will they say, I can do that? Yes. And then what do you think the 15% and the 5%ers will do? They're going to be like, this is so ridiculously simple, I'm going to rock this thing. But Larry says that when we talk to these leaders, we think we need to talk different. We think we need to share different stuff. But guess what, guys? The 5%ers already get it. If all you did was tell stories, they see that and they go, this is going to be a breeze. The other day I was on a call with Francisco and Robin and Melissa. Is Melissa McGuire on the call? Because she said something that was awesome. Melissa, are you out there?
Hey, Chris, I'm here.
Hey, when we were talking that other morning, I was kind of sharing this. You said something that was great. Do you remember what it was? like how you said that, how simple it was, like how you didn't have to be trained. And Dawn Johnson did as well. If she's on here, I want her to share after. Do you remember what you said?
I say so many great things, Chris. It's hard for me to think back to yesterday.
That's what I'm talking
Can you
about.
remind me a little bit more?
We were talking about this story, and then you were like, well, that makes total sense because, and then you went into explaining why. Do you remember? We were talking about telling stories versus giving information.
Nope. I'm drawing a blank.
That's okay. I put you on the spot big time, so it's okay.
But I'm sure it was wonderful. I can't wait to hear what I said.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, do we have Dawn Johnson out there?
Hey, Chris, she messaged me and said she just got an unexpected call from a prospect and signing her up. So that's where she's at. FYI.
Okay, so I remember you were talking about cups and stuff like that, Melissa. Y'all were talking about cups, coffee mugs, and how somebody told you to go over here and blah, blah. And you remember?
Right. I know what you're talking about. So we were talking, Dawn was sharing some great tips on our morning coffee talk. And she was talking about these Ray Dunn coffee cups. I guess they're like these collectible cups, and how she was using those to build her brand and have people like her Facebook page with a giveaway. And so at the end of the Zoom, I came back on and I said, you know, in the amount of time that we were on this Zoom, I was so excited by what you said. I don't need coffee mugs for sure, but I got so excited about what she said that I Google mapped TJ Maxx in my area, drove 10 minutes out of my way, went in, found some of these cups, bought them, and Dawn did not get a check for me doing that. Like, she totally referred me with her excitement. It was just her excitement about these coffee mugs and whatnot. And I was like, well, dang, if Dawn's that excited about these coffee mugs, then I'm going to go look for them. And so literally by the time the Zoom was over, I had purchased like 5 coffee mugs, and Dawn didn't get a check. So that's basically as simple as our business could be, right? Like, we're super excited about this coffee, this happy coffee, and we're just simply sharing it with people. Like, have you heard the happy coffee? Oh my gosh, you got to try this stuff. It's amazing. And our excitement and belief is what will cause someone to want to try our coffee. And the coffee basically sells itself. It's like other companies that I've been with, I felt like I had to educate people on what it was and why they wanted to take it. And hopefully if it made a difference in their life, or if it didn't, it might take 90 days or something like that. But here we have instant gratification coffee that I feel that the average everyday non-network marketing professional can share with just excitement and belief in a product. And so I think that's what you were talking about, Chris.
It was.
But yeah,
So Dawn
I was told just like,
tell you about the coffee mugs.
what's that?
Like, nobody trained Dawn on how to tell you about the coffee mugs. Like, did she tell you what they were made out of?
No.
Like what contents were in the coffee mug, or like it's a ceramic that's mixed with titanium, blah, blah, blah.
Super magical unicorn.
Like none of that stuff?
None of that stuff. And now I am the proud owner of multiple cups that I obviously don't need more of. Don't judge me on how messy my thing is, but for sure. So now I'm going to use these mugs as a way to have some fun little contests myself. So I just love that we share tips and tricks every morning on Morning Coffee Talk. So
did y'all pick that up on how she shared about that and the importance of it? Like, I mean, do y'all get that? Like, so Dawn was excited. She told the story about how she found these coffee mugs and how cool they were. She told a story that caused Melissa to come up with the natural conclusion that I want to go get these coffee mugs. And then basically a natural logical conclusion that makes sense. So then she starts Googling stuff. and finding the information because she needed the information. Where do I get them? So then she found them on her own and went and found the coffee mugs and bought them in a different state, different town. Like, are y'all getting this? Facts tell, stories sell. Francisco just messaged that we have Sandra, who has just enrolled 3 promoters just by sharing her story. Is she on this call?
I believe so.
I'm
Let me see
here.
if I can find-
Sandra, why don't you tell us how you did this complicated feat of mastery?
Oh, well, first of all, sharing my excitement, talking about everybody else's story. I don't have a story yet, but I do have excitement. And
Wait.
Okay.
You told someone else's story?
Well,
Three promoters?
I just jumped into the business. I just got in like a week ago, Francisco.
We got to
2
stop
weeks.
this nonsense, and we need to
Okay.
train you. We need to train you because way more. I mean, you have to do some more complicated stuff. Come on.
And there's Anna. There's Anna. Anna joined the business yesterday. She's on the call here. Just by trying the coffee and share the excitement, Sandra called me and say, hey, do you have a dose with you? I say, well, yes, I'm at work, but you can get it at home. And she then never explained the comp plan, just pure excitement and stories. That's it.
That's it. Excitement, the effect, the 15-minute effect. I'm gonna call it like that.
What are you excited about, by the way?
That instant gratification. I've been in network marketing before with other products, but it takes time for them to feel the difference. And here, it's so fast. It's so right away in front of your eyes that the excitement just gets you going. And people are signing up without even looking at the numbers or anything else, not even knowing the name of the company, anything. Just give it a try, put them in the mouth, in their system. 15 minutes later, they're signing up. So that gets me going. That gets me on fire. I'm not sleeping, but it's not because I'm taking the coffee late. It's just that I'm so excited that I'm thinking of all the people that I'm going to talk to and let them know about this excellent product. So
You haven't been to a training yet?
no.
Oh, come on. Like, how are you going to go out and have success without being to a training?
Well, I'm following Francisco's footsteps. He's been amazing with me. He's been my partner, and he's been helping me all the way through. And I'm just so happy to be part of the team. So
That's awesome.
yay!
Congratulations, Sandra. She's on.
Thank you.
5. That's incredible. Did you say Anna just got started? Is Anna on the call? Let's hear from her. We need to get trained from some of these professionals.
Anna, where are you?
Anna,
Hey, I'm here. Hello, everybody.
how are you doing, Anna?
I'm super happy, excited. Of course, I got the coffee yesterday, and I think I'm still on the coffee because all I've been doing is talking to everybody already. I got my package yesterday, and I already shared it with like 10 people.
Woohoo!
Is this your first team call?
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
signed up yesterday.
how did you go share it with 10 people already? You haven't even been on a team call or on a training.
I know, right? That's all about the excitement.
You guys are really messing me up because for years I thought that I had to go get trained and figure out all this stuff so where I can figure out how to do this business thing. And now all you brand new people are screwing up my 20 years. 20 years of network marketing experience. Y'all are proving it all wrong. This is messed up, and I'm not okay with it. Gosh.
Oh, sorry.
So what got you excited? You had to have seen like some fact-telling story. You had to see something, right? Like there had to be. You watch some science review or Kevin Thomas or something like breaking down what's in the coffee.
Well, like Sandra said, Sandra was in network marketing before, and I was with her as well.
Right.
So if she was in it, I know to trust her. And I like to research the product, but I really trust her word before and foremost. And I got her story, how she excited it was. And as soon as I took it, I felt her excitement. I'm like, okay, we have something here. And you know what it is? It's very simple. It's very simple. That's what I love. You sell the story and people, okay, I'm going to try it. I'll buy your product. And if I like it for a month, then I'll sign up. That's what I've been told today.
Well,
Woohoo!
Anna, this just really isn't making sense whatsoever, because you said I normally research, which that word normally comes out of people that are green, that really want all the facts and details. And you said you didn't do any of that stuff. You went off of her story, the trust, and how you felt. And this just really isn't adding up for me, because, you know, if I would have got on the phone with you, I would have told you a whole bunch of facts and details that were really cool. And I would feel awesome about how smart I am when I'm done, you know, sharing that with you. And you just really messed up my day.
Oh boy.
How dare you? So guys, I'm just being silly and joking around tonight and all that, because this has been a really fun experience for us to even experience, like challenging our belief systems a little bit, challenging what I thought was reality. And now I'm seeing, and I have brand new people teaching me that facts tell, stories sell. So I want to congratulate you ladies. Y'all are awesome. Keep doing what you do. Do your best not to learn anything, please, and start screwing it all up. Keep doing what you're doing. Do we have any more cool stories tonight? Anybody else want to share some awesome experiences of telling stories and signing people up?
I just want to shout out Danielle, actually, who's on Deb's team under me. She's never done a three-way call. I said, Danielle, it's funny you're talking about this, because, like, I haven't even heard this from you personally about stories, but it's kind of what I've come to the conclusion of. It's what it's all about. And she put me on the phone with two people that haven't even actually one and tried just about what we're doing, sign up. And it's like, you don't even have yourself, and you are the product. You don't need the coffee to go out and share excitement about how cool it is being part of something that's so awesome. I mean, how many people have an hour of personal development that they can plug into every week and actually grow their mindset? Just that part alone. People want to be a part of something where they can get value. And you got to add the value. You are the product. Share your stories. Like, I spend more time talking about people on my team than I spend talking about how I'm making astronomical checks, because it doesn't matter. It's literally about other people. And you know, when I was on the phone on the three-way call, I said, you know, her name was JC. I said, JC, do you think you can go make $20,000 in the next 6 months? She said, no, I really don't. I said, well, do you believe you can go make $100 in the next? I said, do you believe you can go make $500 in the next 30 days? And she goes, absolutely. And I said, went and did it. And she's so fired up and so inspired. And I just think this soon needs to be recorded. It needs to be sent to every promoter before they even start this business, because it's literally everything. And that's why half the time when I get asked questions, I'm like, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter at all. Like, yes, people only ask questions to justify and validate the decision that they're making. They don't even ask because they want to know. People don't care about what's really in the coffee. Don't even buy into you thinking that they care. Talk to them about how great you feel and how great other people feel, and they'll forget what they even asked because they didn't even care to ask it to begin with. Anyways, I'm getting fired up. Sweta, I'll see you at 2:40 in the morning. I'm excited to spend some time with you. And guys, like, take this for what it's worth. Seriously, go share a story about how someone was sharing stories with you on a Zoom and you got really fired up and they need to hear it next Monday night. You'll build a business if you share stories. you'll run stagnant, you'll run in place if you tell the facts. End of story. So I'm too lit. I'm muting myself out.
So I had a good friend stop by right as our leadership Zoom was starting earlier today. So the very first part, I had it in the background, and he had just gotten here, and I was making him a cup of coffee. And this guy owns an oil company and does extremely well. You know, it's been down. He went from having, 9 yards in his company down to 2 yards, but he still does well financially, right? And he was, asking me, but I don't know to what level from the business, but I didn't go into a bunch of details. He's like, so how does this business thing work? I'm like, I make somebody a cup of coffee and I just share what it's done for people. For instance, my wife's been taking the Xanthamax and she gets swelling in her, and I just told a story. And then basically I'm like, well, I was going through the lowest point of my life and blah, blah. I told the business about the story, and I told the story about, I forgot how I don't know what I just said. I told the business about a story, and I was like, what in the world did I just say? That just totally screwed me up. I have my wife over here always straighten me out, right? So I told a story about the product, and then a story about what we do in the business, but I didn't explain the business. And he left here with the coffee, and he felt something before he left, and he went home with a few samples and told me, hey, I'll try it out for a month. Worst case scenario is I stay the same. All it took was a logical conclusion of him to say, hey, it makes sense. He had this challenge, this whatever. And then he started putting me on the phone, like sending me messages of other people's names. Literally, other people's names. Hey, this guy owns an oil company out of whatever, like wealthy people, not, just your average Joe, like successful business people. And he's like, call him. He's having a challenge with something and blah, blah. And he's just really having troubles being happy. And he told me, he's like, I just don't know why I'm happy. I'm all screwed up. Like they put him on some medication and it's messed up his mind when it comes to happiness because of some thyroid issue, right? Now, we don't know if it's going to work or not, but he came up with a logical conclusion if he's hearing all these stories that I'm sharing, that it might help this other guy. What do you think is going to happen if his guy wants to buy? And I say, hey, Ryan, I don't know if you're open to this or not, but all we do in the business is refer other people. Hey, I don't mind. I love referrals, and I don't mind getting paid. But what if you could get paid? And then boom, logical conclusion. Hey, it may make sense to do this business, even though he's already doing well financially. With that being said, I think we drove home that stories are important, didn't we? What other value does anybody want to share? In closing. By the way, guys, tonight Ricky did a Zoom for Wes Benson, kind of just sharing a little bit because we're all working sideline with all the other leaders in the company. And when I turned on the volume, guess what he was talking about? Stories, stories, stories. It was all the same stuff coming out of Ricky's mouth because he's been going through this journey with me, and we're both learning to another level of the stories. Ricky, out there, brother?
Yeah, Chris, I'm out here.
Anything you want to add, share, whatever?
No, that's it. I think we were missing what we're going to start doing that we talked about on the leader Zoom, if you want to cover that.
You can catch it. I've been talking too much. My mouth is all dry. I'm all screwed up.
It's all dried up. Drink some water, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, guys. So what we're planning on doing, we had a leader Zoom earlier today. And it's basically doing like a rally for the next few days. We're going to start on Wednesday and basically creating a sense of urgency on Facebook for people to come look at what we're doing. And basically, like Chris was saying, we're not going to be breaking down, hey, this is what on this product or whatever. We're just going to keep everything very simple to where everybody will
want to be able to do what we're doing with sharing the conversation and wanting to look at the business. So if you guys are all good with that, we can start promoting it tomorrow. I'll get a flyer made out and post it on the Team Rise page, and everybody can start blasting this out on your Facebook walls. And then we'll be having a Zoom once a night for the next 3 nights starting on Wednesday. What you guys think?
People are shaking their heads, but nobody's unmuting themselves.
All right, perfect.
I'm in.
Yes.
I'll get the
Yeah.
flyer made out, or Gavin.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
in.
I'm in.
I'm in.
All right.
Hey, who's been making the flyers for us? Not me, because the ones that whoever's making, they look great.
Okay, well, we'll get them made out tomorrow. I'll post it on Team Rise, and then we'll do basically like an opportunity Zoom, but it's going to be short and sweet. It's going to be maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and we're done, okay? We don't want to spend a lot of time on trying to sell somebody onto what we're doing. We just want to make it fun, simple, and kind of share a couple of stories how people are winning over here that never won. And that's it. And whoever invited such person to the call, they can get a hold of that person, and we'll do that for the next few days starting on Wednesday and see how that goes.
We shared with everybody that if they want to be a part of the focus group with Larry and Taylor and mentor with them, all you have to do is bring on 5 elopreneurs to be a part of the group. So 5 new elopreneurs. I think we talked about it last week, but every day is like blending in together. I've been traveling literally all last week. I was in and out of different places in Texas twice last week. So I'm kind of like, what are we talking about? But 5 elopreneurs. If we didn't mention it last week, I know we did a leader call talking about it, but I'm not sure if we mentioned it on the normal call. 5 elopreneurs. And you are going to be in this focus group. And every person that you bring on board will be in this focus group. And you can get all the information directly from Larry and Taylor, just like we are. So it's not us sharing what we're learning from them. It's you getting it directly from them. And I just wanted to mention that again. In closing, you have every seed you need. You already are good enough. You're freaking awesome. Tell yourself that. Be fired up. Get excited. If you're not excited enough, go shock yourself or something. Go cut your lamp cord, bite the end of it, do something, whack yourself out, get fired up, have your hair all over the place like Gavin, and freaking just go out there and be that energy where people are like, I don't know what the hell this person's doing, but I want to be a part of it because of your energy. Not about the facts, not about the details. You're awesome. Embrace that, and let's go out there and create the dreams that you've always wanted to happen. That being said, guys, you all are awesome. I'm done, so as long as nobody else has anything else they want to share.
Hi, can I ask you a question?
You can do whatever you want. It's your world. I just want to live in it.
My name is Shelley. I would just like to say how thankful I am to be part of this coffee family. It's amazing. I love it. I have never in my life had people come up to me, what are you doing? What are you doing? You got to tell me what you're doing. You look amazing. I'll give them samples, let them try it. They absolutely love it. So I would just like to say thank you.
Awesome. You rock. Anybody else have anything?
Hey, Chris, I would like to share something.
Go ahead.
So I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but I do want to say this. You guys, do not ever, ever, ever go without your own products. My testimony this week has not been good. I literally, because my team has been growing so much, that I've been sending out all of my samples. And because of that, I literally have gone through not a very good week because of it. And so I just want to make sure that everybody knows that when you have your own product, you need to stay on your own product, because the products, if you're not on it and you use your products to help your body, your mental state, everything, especially if you do suffer from certain things, you will start feeling those effects. And that's what happened to me this week. And so it's happened twice since I've been on the Happy Coffee and the Xanthamax. And when I went without, it affected me dramatically. And so that's something that I want to share with everyone, that when you are on these products help you so much that if you're not on it, it will cause, you know, for you to feel like how you felt like before. So by me sharing and not having enough of my own products, that I was giving away my stuff, it affected me. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody understands, especially the new people, that if you are trying these products, you're taking them every day, they're making you feel good, they're helping you in your health. Don't go without, because let me tell you, it will affect you. But it also became a testimony for me, because now I know more than anything, the last couple of times that it's happened, that it actually works for sure, no matter what. So make sure you have your own products and don't give them away. Keep them. So that's all I wanted to say.
Awesome. And did y'all hear Lizzie go, I felt like I did before.
Yeah.
So that's funny. All right, guys, everybody have a good night. We actually, and I'll say this one thing. This girl, Jennifer, at this training this weekend literally was saying that every day she thought about dying. Every day that she thought about killing herself, and literally had it planned out. And since she's been on this product, she has a new lease on life. She's like, this saved my life. With that being said, you need to go out there and share this with every person, not knowing where someone is and who you can impact. Everybody have a great night.
Hey, Chris.
Yep.
Chris, when you were talking about the 5 partners, can you just specify the dates for everyone? Because it doesn't just mean that you have 5. There's a
September.
time frame that stared. Yeah. I just saw some questions come up about that.
I know. I tried to answer them. 5 in September, and this is just to get people into the motion of doing it, and also having new people that are going to come in only knowing what we're sharing forward in the focus group. It's not a punishment. It's nothing like that. It's just to let you know, we want 5 new people that are going to be in the focus group that are only going to be doing it this way. It's a focus group, and what a focus group is the focus on doing something a certain way. And if you already have 5, they're already doing it a little bit different. So we want to, if they want to be in the focus group, great, go get 5.
Chris, really quick, you're super awesome. Thank you for Jennifer for that. And also I found out today it has to be with a pack. They can't just come in at $49. They have to come in at a pack.
Any pack, $249, $499, $999, or I think they said also $250 worth of product.
Yeah.
So $250 worth of product if they did not get the kit. So they did $49 plus $249 worth of bags in Xanthamax or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Robin. All right, everybody have a good night.
Good night.
Oh, there's my favorite Robin. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.